If truth were a product competing in an open market, we would expect the most accurate version to eventually win. Over thousands of years, one single ultimate belief system should have outpaced all the others. We all inhabit the same physical universe, governed by the same laws. It follows that as we share information and communicate, we should naturally converge on a single shared understanding of what is real. Instead, the opposite is true. Humanity is more fragmented than ever, split across a landscape of incompatible belief systems that show no sign of merging. The sheer persistence of these divisions suggests we have a flawed assumption about how we perceive the world in the first place. Imagine a massive, mysterious church towering above. In this experiment, the church represents the entirety of the universe. A swarm of bees lands on the outside of the church's windows. Each bee gazes into the interior through a different pane of stained glass. To the bee on the red glass, the entire interior looks red. To the bee on the yellow pane, it is undeniably yellow. Each one is convinced of what it sees. But they can only look. They can't fly inside, smell it, or touch the stone. A bee's brain simply lacks the cognitive machinery to grasp the building's architecture or its purpose. Human beings face a similar wall. We are stuck on the outside of objective truth, forced to view the universe through the narrow, tinted filters of our own senses and culture. A typical insect wouldn't care, but these are curious bees. When they encounter something they cannot understand, they become unsettled. They want to know the true color of the church, even though their brains aren't built to find it. Living with that unresolved curiosity creates an agonizing mental friction, a heavy, uncomfortable state of perpetual doubt. To a human mind, this state of uncertainty is so painful that we are biologically wired to escape it at almost any cost. To resolve this mental agony, we are forced into a binary choice. Path A is permanent curiosity. This is the decision to accept the discomfort of never knowing the full truth. Choosing this path makes you difficult to be around. It guarantees a lifetime of intellectual isolation and likely rejection from the group. Path B is self-deception. It is the decision to believe that the specific color of your pane of glass is the only true reality of the universe. Most people choose self-deception. It is the only way to silence the paralyzing fear of the unknown. Once that choice is made, individuals instinctively band together with others who see the same color, reinforcing their shared vision. This collective defense of a shared illusion births every religious and political tribe in history. The problem arises when these groups eventually meet. What happens when the red glass tribe encounters the yellow glass tribe in the same space? We see the result in centuries of sectarian warfare. This image shows the massive, faceless scale of opposing forces, where the clash of illusions leads to physical destruction. The tragedy is that both sides are often fighting over the same divine concept, only separated by the historical lens they happen to be looking through. This same tribal mechanism drives our modern world of political echo chambers. For an ideological tribe, an opposing perspective feels like a direct attack on the self-deception they use to keep their anxiety at bay. Large-scale conflict is the predictable outcome of terrified minds desperately protecting the only reality they know. This explains the paradox. The best belief doesn't win out, because truth isn't the primary goal. Humans aren't actually looking for the objective color of the church. We are looking for immediate relief from the pain of not knowing. We aren't simple creatures blindly following an instinct to fight. Our condition is more difficult than that, because we are inherently, inescapably curious. You have to decide if you will keep fighting to defend your single pane of glass, or if you can find the courage to sit with the silence of the unknown.